nice and easy one today. We're going to go over a turbo shed oiling system. Just real quick, super quick overview of the turbo shed system. How does it work? Well, you have the discharge refrigerant coming out of the compressor, going into here. There's like a mesh in there, right? Like a screen door. That refrigerant hits it, the oil pools on the mesh and goes down to the bottom. Now, due to the magic of hydrometric sorting, basically the fact that liquid is heavier than a gas, it sinks to the bottom, right? So now we have this discharge pressure, which we're going to say is about 180 psi oil, that pushes its way down to the bottom of the turbo shed, pushes out that oil line and into this oil filter. Okay, oil filter obviously filters it, and now we hit this oil differential valve right here. What this oil differential valve is this oil differential valve lowers it to a pressure that's desirable for the compressor. And a lot of the time that is written by the compressor manufacturing specs and based on whether or not you have an oil float or an oil tracks. But typically speaking, okay, in this application, this oil differential valve is going to keep it around 20 psi above the suction pressure. So we can follow this line coming off the back, and we'll see this line goes up. It connects to the suction side of the system. So this line is its reference. So what this does is, using this diaphragm, it keeps it 20 psi above the suction side. So whatever the suction floats to, whether it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 40, whatever it does, it's going to keep the oil approximately 20 psi above the suction. Now you can adjust this by taking off this cap on the bottom, and it adjusts just like a TXV. There's a little stem and you adjust it. Now on the other side of this, so let's say our suction is 60, we're going to have 80 on the oil pressure. We can see it comes to here. Now it goes to this oil float. So what this oil float has, a little ball in it. So when this oil level drops down too low, it opens up an orifice on the top and allows oil to flow into the compressor. Then when the oil level fills up, this ball floats up and blocks the hole. Now, it's worth noting there's a little tiny filter in there. So if you have one particular compressor that's going off on oil failure, it could be, sorry, it's not a filter, it's a screen. A little itty bitty screen in there. But anyway, that's just a quick overview on a turbo shed and what it does and how it kind of works with a differential valve. Also, I guess we'll just talk up here. I never stop talking. You guys should know this by now. As you see, this is the pilot line to it. So this is where the turbo shed puts on, the pressure differential valve. So what that valve does is the excess pressure is blown off and fed into the suction over here, right? Via this line. So you can close that if you need to. Just wanted to mention that. All right. Yeah, hope you learned a thing or two about a thing or two. That's how you do it. Please like, subscribe, and all that, and leave a comment below.